Hey, what's up guys? Captain Jack here. And today, as you can probably see, I'm going to be building a new PC for gaming. These are all my parts, and by the way, at the very beginning, I'm going to apologize for the sound and for the camera, because obviously I'm doing this all handheld, so the audio and visuals ain't going to be great. But yeah, so this is what I've got to start off with. This is my new kit. I've got quite a bit here to go in. I'm going to reuse the tower that I was already using, my PC that I've been talking about in previous videos. But all this new kit is going to be going in it. Except for the minion, of course. He's not going in it. He's just standing there. So I'll show you what I've got now. So this is my PC as it currently looks, and as you can see, it's a little bit basic and bare in there. We've got the standard i3 that it came with, a 300 watt power supply, the normal DVD drive there, and 1 terabyte hard drive. No graphics card, as you can see. And a very baby motherboard, but it's a very capable motherboard too. So I'm keeping the motherboard and the case, obviously, and 6 gigabytes of RAM in there. Yeah, so I have measured everything, and it is all going to fit. So no panics. So yeah, it's all good. Just got to get it all in there now. So I'm going to take this thing completely apart, and we'll go from there. So here it is down to its more basic parts. So start off by unplugging some stuff. I'm going to leave all this like cabling around here because I don't really need to take it out. I have no need to. I'm literally just changing this, that, and then putting a graphics card in, which is good. So yeah, so we just go on from there. So there it is with all the parts out. As you can see it there. The everything's been removed. The RAMs, which I have here, which are, as you can see, very standard little RAMs. That one's a Kingston 2 gigabyte, and that one is a Kingston 6 gigabyte. No, 4 gigabyte. And although I didn't show it, the standard Intel cooling fan, as usual, was a pain to get out, because they just always are. They just never want to come out. You have to really yank them, and you feel like you're going to break the motherboard. So for anyone else who's planning on doing their own PC rebuilds or taking one apart or whatever, don't worry, you do have to be quite rough with it. So anyway, that's that, and let's move on to the new parts I'm going to be putting in. I'll show you now. So here we have the new RAM. As you can see, I've gone with the HyperX Fury, 16 gigabytes. That's 2 8s. Let's see if I can remember how to open this thing. Just in there. There we go. Don't want to lose those screws, they're important. So we've got 2 of these things. Aren't they beautiful? I've got them in white because I don't really have a colour scheme this time. I might do in future builds, but for now I just wanted to get parts. But I got these in white because they look absolutely beautiful in white, as you can see. So yeah, I've got those 2. That's going to be quite handy. I want to go back in there. There we go. It's going to be very handy. And we have those screws again. Right. Ignore that. That was just me moving some screws. So this is the power supply I'm going to be using. I'll quickly open it up. get it out. This is the Tesla ATX switching PSU. As you can see there. Beautiful thing. That was shiny. 750 watt, because you're going to need that extra power with the graphics card I've got. Yeah, I've never heard of Tesla before, and then I looked up some of their reviews, and they seem to be quite good. It's a good-looking fan. Nice colouring. 120 millimeter fan. Reliable. It did say on the website that it was, yes, silent with better ventilation. So it's a silent fan, so it's going to run quiet and not disturb gaming or video making, which is good. What other features have we got? Okay, that's just a lot of blurb on the box. But yeah, so it's a good looking fan. As I said, never heard of Tesla before, but from what I've read, from what I've heard, they do good. So yeah, that's power supply. Here we have the second most expensive part of this new build, which is surprising, I know. This is the Intel Core i5, 4690K. It's the best of the old version of i5s, as in non-Skylake. Because I'm not going up to Skylake just yet. Maybe in the next build, maybe, unless something better's already come out by then. Who knows? But yeah. So this is what I've gone for. That's going to give me some nice processing power. 4 cores, 4-way multitask processing, Intel Turbo Boost Technology 2.0, and a whole load of other blurb that makes you want to buy stuff. But it's that's it, just there on top. Get that without some light in it. It is incredible how that tiny little piece of technology costs so much money. But yeah, it does. Comes with a standard fan, which I will be using, unfortunately, for the time being, because aftermarket cooling isn't really something I'm doing just yet. Right, sorry about that. The camera just randomly stopped recording for some reason. So I was just saying that, yeah, this is what's going on, and it's all good. Yeah, I think that was it. Completely lost my train of thought now. Anyway, on to the next thing. So this is the next bit, and this is one of my favourite bits. The Asus Strix GeForce GTX 970. Isn't it beautiful? This is one that I was really waiting for this. This just arrived today. I was literally jumping up and down. So yeah, this is one of things that I've really been looking forward to for this year. I can't believe it's finally here. But yeah, you're probably thinking, why don't you go for the 980? But there were some budget constraints. I didn't really have like 500 quid to spend on a graphics card. I spent about 500-600 quid on the entire rebuild. So I didn't have another 400 or so on top of that to spend. But yeah, it's got all of the usual perks you get with Asus and their Strix department. And it's the OC edition, 4 GB of GDDR5, 0 decibel silent gaming fan. So yeah, we're all there. We're good with that one. Let's unbox this. Do an unboxing. Why not? Full unboxing. I have broken the seal already, but I haven't actually got it all out and done anything with it. Oh, there you go. Put that back there. So this is the beautiful Asus box that you get with it. They really put a lot of effort into saying we do the best stuff. You're going to go a bit shaky now because I'm holding the camera. So my apologies for that. Oh, there we go. I've got this box here, which has, I'll get this open with one hand, which I can. So in here, you've got your manual, setup, You know, the usual stuff. Tells you what to do. We've got a free copy of World of Warships. Okay, it's some premium. Some premium for World of Warships, because who doesn't want premium? That's just the usual advertising stuff, just there. You want any of that stuff? All their Strix range. Oh, sticker. Gotta have a sticker. In case you ever want to put one of those on your case. Or wherever else you want to put one. That is just warranty stuff, I think. And then we have the driver CD. Now, if that is just drivers, because I'm not sure if there's, display driver. I'll most probably just download that from the NVIDIA website, because then I know I've definitely got the most recent driver. Right, and then in here, a bit of foam. Always good to get a bit of foam in the box. And some more foam. And there it is. And look at the size of that. Isn't it beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous. I will get that out of its wrap so you can see it. So there it is. The beautiful piece of engineering that is the Asus Strix 970. And isn't it just amazing? I don't even want to touch it in case I break it. But yeah, I've got me slots, so quickly take those out. There's one, and there's two. So I've got two DVIs. What's that? I think that's a direct port. No, that's HD. I think that's direct port, isn't it? Is it? I don't know. I'll have a look in a sec. A proper look. Kind of hard to look through the camera. Yeah, tiny little tab there that just says Asus on it. You see that? It's really random, but just such attention to detail. I've got it's just incredible how much effort they put in. So, yeah, we've got the power-ups up there. Don't look like there's anything else. But yeah, so that is absolutely beautiful. That is one incredible piece of kit. And I'm going to look forward to having that in my PC. So, I think it's time to get on with the construction. So, some of this I'm going to be able to do on camera. And some of it, not so much. Because it's going to be a pain. Can't fit everything with the case standing up. And my stand isn't tall enough to look over into the case. So you'd basically be getting that view. So I'll do what I can while standing up. I think first things first is the processor. So I'm just going to quickly get that out of the box. Do it so that you guys can see. So this is the processor. The Intel i5 4690K. Get it out of the box. There goes some paperwork. Gotta love the amounts of paperwork you get with new stuff. Let's do that. It comes with the thermal paste already applied, so I don't want to get that dirty. And then there we go. The i5. Beautiful little piece of technology. Made in Vietnam. Lovely. Okay, the recording lagged a little bit. I don't know why. That was weird. I'm doing this on a handheld camera and it's not the best of things. Right, get this out of this little packet. You have to be so careful and so gentle with these. And as you can see, at the very top of the screen, if I can get it to stop going blurry. See if I can do it that way around. Up here, and again on this side here, you can see some little little divots, and that tells you how to plug it in. Oh, hang on, need to open the thing. Here we go. So if you look, there is a little thing sticking out there and there, which means that this goes in this way around. And you have to be quite careful getting it in. You don't want to bend any of the pins, because then you are done, basically. So next up, we have the standard Intel heatsink. What a lovely piece of design. Not. So I'm going to have to get this right, basically. It's a pain to get these things in. You've got to shove them in so hard and then twist so they lock. And it is horrible. I've got to get it the right way around to start with, which I think should be the arrows into the device. And then you turn all the arrows so they're into the device, because that's the unlock way around. And then you clip them all in, and then you turn them back. So that's the connector for the fan, which is 4-pin. Just up there, if I didn't put that on the camera. I keep not looking, so I keep putting the camera in all kinds of weird places. They're the 4 holes that you can see. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, this board, by the way, is really good. It tells you where everything is. It's all written down. It's like, this is here, and that's there. And if you put that, then it'll go there. And it's pretty handy. So you don't have to figure anything out. Right, well, we're going to give this a go. I don't even know if I want to do this on camera. I'm more than likely going to mess it up. And then I'm just going to have everyone laughing at me. But there you go, that's life. That's what you get for being in the public eye. Well, I'm not really in the public eye. Right, it's on. Right, I am going to have to put the camera down now, though, because I'm going to apply a lot of pressure. So, give me a sec. Right, as you can see, it's in and it's nice and stable. So that went to plan, actually, which I'm very glad about. I'm hoping this whole thing goes to plan. One concern I have had is this doesn't have its... I normally use an Ethernet cable anyway, but this doesn't have its own, like, it has this Wi-Fi card down here, and
Let me sit down.
right, sorry about that. So yeah, so I've got this Wi-Fi card here, which uses this little Wi-Fi transmitter thing, Asus, of course. It gives me my internet, but I'm going to have to take it out because it's going to be in the way. So if I take that out, and then I can break this extra slot off because it's a connected one, and then I'll have space for the graphics card, which I think I'm going to do last. I think I'll put the power supply in next, and then the RAM, and then just hit the graphics card in. So I'm going to get that all out. And I'm going to need both hands. So, back in a sec. Right, well that's that in, anyway. As you can see, I've got it. I've not screwed it in yet. I've just placed it for now, as you can see. I've just routed this wiring around the back for now. So it goes out the back of the PC and then back into the front here. And then I've got all this to wire up. I do love wiring up PCs. It is just the best part. So, yeah, I'm going to get on with this. It's not something you really want to see on camera. I know I'm skipping quite a lot. It's going to end up being a lot shorter video than I thought it was. But that's fine. I'm not going to a thorough, in-depth build. So, yeah, still going to be good fun. And I'll see you guys in a sec. So that's the main and important stuff wired up. And yes, I know, it's a wiring disaster. This is all nice and neat down here. But stupid idiot here forgot to buy cable ties. Also, I tried to put that SATA cable in completely the wrong way around. So, hopefully they'll be the only failings I have today. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Please, God, please. But, well, that's gone really blurry. Oh, there we go. But, yeah, so I'm going to tidy all this up. I'm going to get some cable ties later or tomorrow or something and just tidy it all up then. It doesn't need to be perfect right now, just as long as there's no wires near the fan, then it's fine. I think at some point I'm going to get a fan for there, just to because there's that. Like, they've got all the heat that's going to be coming out of this. That's going to be blowing its heat down. This is going to be blowing its heat out. There's a lot of heat being blown into the case, but nothing taking it out. What I really need is like to cut a hole in the front of my case here and have a fan down here just drawing in loads of coal there, and then a fan up here just taking all the hot air out. Have a nice flow system going through. But I don't have the time for that just right now. Plus, I don't really want to ruin my case. This is a really nice Asus case. So, yeah, I might do that in the future. Maybe when I upgrade to a new case, or if I start to notice that it's getting a bit too hot inside. I'll be running lots of fan checks, and I'll be doing a, what's it called? I'll be doing a check of all the systems. I'll be doing a complete run through. A stress test. That's the one I was looking for. A stress test. I'll be doing a long old stress test on it just to make sure everything's working fine. So yeah, fingers crossed. And then if I need to, I can get a fan and maybe start cutting my case apart. My pretty little case. Or just think about getting a new case. They're so cheap now. You can get a really nice, like, Cooler Master gaming case for like 40 or 50 quid. So I know you're probably thinking, cheap? It's not cheap. And it's not, but it's cheap for what it is. But I mean, this has been a build on a budget. But obviously, when it comes to CPU and GPU, then there's a certain amount of money you have to spend to make sure you get quality. But everything else has been done not cheap, but with a budget in mind. So yeah, I mean, but it's just all going to be good. Fingers crossed. We still have the moment of truth when I press the on button and nothing happens. But yeah, so let's get the RAM in next. If I can get this thing open again, move that. That's the little back section of my computer. Let me try to take apart. Oh, come on. Put that down for a second. Let's get you open. There we go. Right. Beautiful piece of RAM technology there. Make sure I get it the right way around. That would help. Right, let's get this in. Make sure that these are all definitely open. I closed those ones. There we go. That side is in the runner. There we go. And then push down until it locks like that. Yep, that's in. All locked nicely. So next one. Really got to get better at this cameraman job. I'm not going to get hired by the BBC, that's for sure. Not unless they're like shaky cam. I really should have done the one that was closer first. Oh well. Right, let's get that in. Get that in that runner. And then get it in that runner. There we go. And then push down until it clicks. Beautiful. It's me 2 HyperXs in. There's not a lot of space to work with here. It's all very close and touching. This is a very small card to be doing these kind of upgrades on. I mean, I'd prefer it to all be really nicely spaced out. Getting the graphics card in is going to be really tight because of the size of that thing. But I have checked it, and it does fit. So don't panic. You're probably all watching this thinking, oh my god, that card's not going to fit. It's never going to fit in there. But I have checked it. But it is that moment of truth now. It is time to get the card in. So, I'm not going to do it on camera because I want to use 2 hands. So, I will be back in a second. Fingers crossed. Pray for me, people. Pray for me. And yeah, see you in a sec. Well, I said it would fit, and it did. I was correct. And I should just be able, you look at the line, look, that's the cooling pipe there. I should just be able to get the case back on. My main concern now is these fans down here. Well, I've got a lot of little, I don't know if you can see down there, all this wiring, and there's a couple of like little clips here, on there, if you can see that. I don't want them popping up, getting into the fan and causing havoc. Next thing I know, I'll suddenly get blue screen and the whole thing's blown up. So I'm going to have a little play around and get this thing reseated with some of those cables moved. But it does actually fit. Look at that. I'm very happy about that. Just got to wire it up, get all those cables down there figured out. And then obviously there's all this mess here that I've got to reseat once I get some cable ties. I'm not going to worry about getting it too pretty right now. I'll do all that then, but for now I just want to move it away from the card so that it's not, I don't want wires on hot things and melting and stuff like that. So yeah, get all that figured out. Good news, I found my cable ties. So I've just been sort of tidying everything up. I'm not going to do a full job on it, of rerouting everything. I've got it all plugged in now, and to be honest with you, I really can't be bothered to unplug it all and move it all around and get it all perfect. As long as it's out of the way and not near any fans, I've managed to get that out of the way of that one. That's all wedged up there. I've tied all the excess cables up the back of this section in here, because I do need to get another hard drive at some point. But for now, I only have the one. So I've put all that up there out of the way. That all comes down there out of the way. So, I mean, it's not like it's a showcase. There's no window here, so it's not like you're ever going to see inside it. But so for now, it's fine. But like, if in future I do get a better case, and there's a window in it, or there's more space, I definitely will do a better job on it. I think in future, when I do that, I'm probably going to get a modular power supply as well, because that would be so much more handy. Instead of having all these extra cables everywhere, you just plug in the ones you need and you're done. And they usually come flat as well, so you can you zip tie them all together up here, and then you route them wherever you need them to go. And if you get a case that has lots of space behind for routing cables, then it's just perfect. So it's not as easy with these kind of cables and these sort of supplies, but it does its job. It does its job. So I've got all that. I've zip tied all of that together to keep all of the little connectors away from here. As I say, I've stuffed that down there, so that's all out of the way. Zip tied all that extra up there. So yeah, we're good to go, I think. I have done everything. I can't think of what else I need to put. I think that's all the parts I've got. Can't believe it's finally built. I've been going on about this for ages, as you all know. And I've been waiting for this for ages, but I can't believe it's actually finally been built. Try English. Finally been built. Yeah, pretty exciting. So just quickly before I start putting that back together, I just wanted to show you guys some of the peripherals I'll be using. So I've got this keyboard that I've been using for a while now already, as you can tell by the messy grubbiness of it all. If the camera wants to focus, there we go. It's not any special brand, but it backlights in blue, and it does me. I've got some multimedia buttons up here, and then I've got this gaming mouse, which I got off of eBay for like £3, which is pretty good. I would eventually upgrade to some top of the range special ops stuff, but for now, this is what I need. I've got quite a lot of extra buttons on this one, and it lights up in blue again, and it's quite a funky design. I like it. And then I've got two of these 24-inch LG Full HD monitors, which are pretty damn good. So two of them I'll be using. Unfortunately, my condenser mic, headphones and stuff are in the other room. I've taken over the front room for this build, or the lounge. So everything else is in the other room still. But yeah, so that's some of the other equipment I'll be using. I'll probably put a full specs list on my. I can put a specs list up in the description in this video if you want me to. But I will probably just link to my. Yeah, there'll be a link to my Twitch page, and I'll put all my new specs up on my Twitch page, like in the info section underneath the stream window. So you should be able to find them if you really care to look. And this camera's gone out of focus again. So that's something I need to buy next, a camera that focuses. So yeah, that's the extras. Right, I'm going to start putting this PC back together then. And then I'll show you the finished product in a minute. Hey guys, so I know for you this is carrying on straight from the last part, but for me this is now Tuesday. Before it was, when was I doing it? I think it was Friday. And yeah, there was reasons and things happened. Basically, you see this cable here that I've tied off is a 3-pin, a 6-pin even, and the graphics card is an 8-pin power supply. And I didn't see that. You probably all did, because I checked back over the footage I already have, and I had it like right next to it, and you could see it, and it was like glaringly obvious. So you probably were all like, yeah, that's not going to fit. Dude, I hope you've got a connector. No, I didn't. I have explained this briefly in the Euro Truck video that I put out on was it Sunday, Monday? No, it was Monday and today. Yeah, Monday and today they were scheduled for. So it has been somewhat explained, but basically that was the problem. I had to wait. I had to order in an adapter for this, which has now arrived, as you can see. So I have the adapter. Woohoo! So basically, now I've just got to get the graphics card back in, because I've been running it the last couple of days with the new setup, but without the graphics card. And it's made somewhat of an improvement, obviously. And it's been really good. But obviously I still haven't had the power that I'm going to have from the graphics card. So it's been a bit of a pain, but it means I've had time to run it all in, do speed tests and CPU temperature tests and all kinds of other things, and it is all working. But I will say that this silent running fan, as it's called, is not silent at all. It is really loud. So I may replace that at some point fairly soon, because it is so loud. But that's what you get, I guess, for buying a non-top brand name power supply, I guess. Well, that's life. But the rest of it is, it's all in there, it's all working, it's all fine, and I've not had a problem with it. So I'm going to get the graphics card back in, and then we'll go from there. And just before I put it in, this here is the card. But if you're wondering what that is an exercise bike, just in case you're wondering. And that is a whole lot of mess that I've left there. This room, as you can probably tell, I've made quite messy because I've moved a lot of stuff around. So I've made it a bit messy in here. So I'm going to have a big old cleanup job when I'm finished. But yeah, so here's the card again. You've already been seeing it, but here it is again in case you forgot. It's been a few days for me, so I can't remember exactly what I'd already showed you, but this is the card. And that there is the 8-pin connector. So I'm going to get that in here, but first things first, I'll take this off, which I can probably actually do on shaky cam. Hashtag shaky cam. So my apologies if any of you start feeling sick. And that's probably going to be quite loud and rattly as well. So if you're wearing headphones, RIP ears. Get that bit off. There you go. So now I've got the 2 slots. The third one's already open. I've got these 2 slots. I had to break one of these bits out of there. As you can see, it's like spot welded on. So you just knock them out with a punch. And then these 2 are already open. Because it's a, if you can see that, it's a double slot. So Yeah, need two. So I'm going to get this in. Take all these little caps and covers off first out. Some over the DVIs. And some over the SLI section. And one on the PCIe connector. That should just slot straight in now because of the fact that I've got everything pre-cleared out of the way. Fingers crossed. Right, it's in place. Just wedge that down there. There we go. Move it over a bit and it's in place. So push down. There we go. Right, that's all that in. It's sitting right on a clip, but it's in and it's locked. Oh, actually, it's not locked. But now it is. It's going to be shaky until I get this locked down, which is going to be a pain. I hate these little attachable bits. They're so annoying. Right, that's that on. Perfect. Screw this back in. So yeah, as I said, I've already done all of the stress testing with just the rest of the setup. Now I just need to do install all the NVIDIA software. Can't break that. We need to find my magnetic screwdriver. Just need to download all the NVIDIA software and drivers. Get the GeForce Experience tool updated. And you get all that done. It's just software stuff after this. So that's nice and tight. Because we don't want it moving around, do we? So there you go. If I put that sideways for a second, you can see it's all in there nicely. And I'll move those little caps out of the way. You can see it fits perfectly. I have, if you can see in there, there was some cables I was slightly worried about touching. I've tied all that back, cable tied it all up, so that's all out of the way. That, however, is a problem. So I'm going to cable tie all that up as well now. And make sure that it's all out of the way before I turn this on. But obviously now I just need to do this bit. So that's this. And simply enough, you just hit the 8-pin side. Plug it into there. Until it clips. Just really do with two hands because I don't want to put that much pressure on the card. Which is done. Nice and in. The only problem is that. Can you spot the problem there? I need that to bend. Because it's new cable, it hasn't obviously bent before. So it's going to have to sit like that, I think, and then go like that. And that should keep it out of the way. Right. Let me find my snips to get that off. So that's that all in, wired up, as you can see. Bent that down there, and hopefully it'll stay. The lid should start compressing anyway. I've zip tied that back as well, so that is all nice and neat. Nothing's going to get in that fan now. And this is the bottom of the case down here anyway. So gravity is going that way. So you should be all good. Just if I start hearing some rattling noises, have a quick check. I'm going to run it with the side off while I do the initial testing. So let's scratch my table and stand up. Right, bring it around there so it's in the light a bit better. So yeah, that is the build now. All done, basically. I can adjust this camera. There we go. So we've got the 970, the NVIDIA GTX 970 OC, Strix, my lovely Strix label. We've got the Intel i5 there, the 4690K, 3.5, two 8GB HyperX Furies, and then the 750 watt power supply up there. As I said before, still got my 1TB hard drive in there. Plans for the future, probably not too far off, would be to get at least another one, probably 2TB in here as a backup for that. I already have two external hard drives which make up my D&E drives. One's a 2TB for recording and video stuff. The other one's a 1TB for other storage. Plans for the, I wouldn't say immediate, but in the next couple of months, will be to get an get an SSD. I've been looking at a Samsung Evo 850 Evo, and that will I'll put the OS, the operating system, on there. That will help the computer to boot up a lot faster, run a bit smoother, and then I'll do like a full reboot, and I've got a load of files and stuff I've got to sort out at that point, and just give the computer a kind of a system refresh on the software side, and that'll pretty much be this build done. Other than that, it's possible, depending on how hot this gets, I'm probably definitely going to get a fan there, but depending on how the temperatures go, depending on how it runs, I may upgrade the case in the next couple of months, depending on how it all goes. If it's all a complete failure and this is hanging down quite a bit, I would love some more support there. Really, with a bracket coming up here and just holding that corner. But it should be okay. But yeah, if I feel this case really isn't working out, I mean, it should be fine. It's a great little case. But if I feel it's not working out, then I'll upgrade the case, and then we should be great from there. Other than that, the only other plans I've got is to do another complete rebuild from scratch, like complete new build. But that's probably not for until like next year, possibly. It's not an importance or a rush anyway. And at that point, I'll probably upgrade to like all of the top software and hardware that's available. But that's plans for the future. So let's get this thing started up and get some tests done. So I just wanted to quickly add that I noticed in my previous my previous recording, that I called this a direct port. What I meant was display port. But like a numpty, I said the wrong thing. So I know you're all going to be going nuts and shouting and screaming, "It's not called that, you idiot!" But yes, I do realise that, and I said the wrong thing. Well, just had a really great delivery, and I wasn't going to show this on camera when it arrived, but seeing as it's arrived while I'm recording, why not? I'm just pulling all the packaging off. This is, if you can see it, my new mixer, my new audio mixer, courtesy of a friend. Pretty cool, eh? That, along with a few other little bits I've got coming, is going to really sort out my audio. But anyway, on with this. So I'm not using my capture card. Well, I'm not capturing anything on screen because well, you know the audio problems I've been having, as I just said. I'm pretty sure it's got something to do with fraps, and I don't really have anything else worthwhile for recording in quality. So I'm going to install all the NVIDIA stuff and then try recording on Shadowplay and see if it makes a difference. So fingers crossed it does, but obviously I have to install all that stuff first. Now, as you can see over here, I already have the GeForce Experience. That should install most of the stuff. But in this box, I got the driver disk. I'm going to put this in just to get the any specific stuff I need for this card, and then after that I can see if there's any updates around it. So I'm just going to go quickly throw this in the disk tray. So that's that in. I know it's not the best camera angle in the world either, and it is a little bit blurry and a little bit crappy looking. Unfortunately, you just have to bear with me for a little bit because, wow, that's loud. Because I need to get it all obviously installed, set up. That loud noise, by the way, coming from here. See, it's all looking quite good, running nicely. Got all the right lights on in the right places, but it is making a hell of a racket. So here's the Asus driver and GPU tweak. I'm doing an install to start with. No, I don't want to read the warranty now. You probably can't see that because it's really shockingly white. But it's just asking me if I want to do if more warranty card information is needed. I'm guessing that's supposed to say. Please click on manual button on user interface. Okay, cool. So that's the warranty. What do we want? We got Google Chrome already. I think I've already got a Google toolbar. Display driver, GPU tweak, Asus APRP, and expert Gamecast I already have. So install. Gamecast is not really that good. It basically just lets you set up some quick options, and then you just basically hit broadcast. But you don't get to do any intros or overlays. It just broadcasts the exact screen that it sees, and that is it. It's an on button and an off button and nothing else. So it's a little bit rubbish. I was using XSplit Broadcaster, which is the full version, which is like OBS, but instead of being like an open-ended software that you can do whatever with, it is a preset thing. It's pre-built. You don't need to get all different plugins and things. It was quick and it was handy, and it still allowed me to do all the stuff that you can do through OBS. But it is a bit of a drain on your resources, and it's not the best thing in the world. So when I do go back to streaming again, I'm going to be doing it on OBS. Obviously, I've got a lot of stuff to install. I've got a separate. This is obviously my gaming PC, but I do have a separate PC that I'm going to be using for broadcasting. So I need to get loads of stuff installed on there. I need to get loads of stuff installed on this one. I need to get all the audio equipment set up now that I've got the mixer. I've got a load of new wires I've got to buy. So many wires with everything. And yeah, I've got to go from there, basically. This is obviously going to take some time. So I think I'll jump back to it when it's nearly done. So there it is, all installed. The computer restarted itself as well. I didn't think you wanted to see that. And that's the main. It wants to focus, which it's not going to. Sorry about how blurry that is. Basically, that's the main setup. Got the VRAM usage here. You can't read that because you probably can't. I don't know if I get closer. Can you read it? Oh, you can a little bit. GPU speed and then GPU temperature. Got all the different modes you can do: OC mode, gaming mode, silent mode, and then set up my own profile. XSplit's already on it. See down here, you can see that I already have XSplit Broadcaster. And then over here we've got the clock speeds, voltage, and fan speed. So it's all good. Nicely set up. I'm going to leave it in the mode it's in just in gaming mode. It needs to be set up nicely. Professional mode. Okay, this lets you set it up where you want it to be, change all your different settings. As I said before, I'm not planning on overclocking or changing anything. I'm going to let it all run itself, at least to start with, and see how it runs. From benchmark tests that I've read about, I should be able to play some fairly top level games on Ultra with it and its current settings. So I'm going to play a few different games, do a bit of benchmarking, see what happens, see how it feels. If I need to change any settings, I will. But I think that's it for now. I'm going to do all the GeForce stuff off camera as well, because that's just going to be boring. You don't care about. But, the important thing is that it's all built, it's all installed. I've just got to tweak with some settings and then we're all good. So, I hope you've enjoyed watching me build this. I hope you've found it fun, entertaining, informative, at least a little bit. Again, I apologise for shaky cam. Next time I do this, I will get a better camera. But, yeah, it wasn't too bad. So, we're all good. And a whole load of pop-ups have now come up. It's fun. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed watching me do this. As I say, I plan to do maybe a couple of upgrades in the coming months. I might record those as well, but depending on what I do, it might not be worth it. I will update my my PC specs and put them somewhere, and then I'll link that in future videos. And I think that's it. I always feel like there's something else I wanted to say. I just cannot think what it is. But obviously, I'm going to play a few games, and I'll let you know how it goes. Fingers crossed, it all works out nicely. But yeah, I really can't think of anything else I had to say. My mind's gone completely blank. I'm very tired. I've been waiting to get. I should really be asleep right now, but I've been waiting to get this thing built. I know you can probably see the time. You're thinking asleep at this time, but yeah, I didn't sleep last night, and I'm very tired. So my brain's not really working. But yeah, as I say, I've been waiting since the end of last week to build this, to finish building it and get this video finished. So there you go. That's life. Oh, another pop-up. Go away. I don't want web storage. Thank you. I get so many pop-ups for web storage. It's unbelievable. You can store hundreds of gigabytes with us in our cloud storage. No, thank you. More cloud storage. Plenty of disk space. But there you go. So anyway, as I was saying, thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, if you wouldn't mind. If you have any comments, questions, thoughts, feelings, anything at all, leave them in the comments. Usual links in the description. And I think that's it. So it's been great fun. And I look forward to the start of what's going to be a really improved gaming channel. It's going to be some really great stuff coming soon. Now that I've got all my new kit. So yeah, look forward to that. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.